Dreaming about Europe, yet confused where and how? Trust Education Foundation offers you with the best study destinations in Europe. Trust Education Foundation. Dream Europe, trust us.
About the university.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Carl Fredrik Miles. I'm with the international office here at the University West in Sweden. We're located in a town called Trollhättan, which is on the western coast of Sweden, just north of Gothenburg, about 75 kilometers from Gothenburg. Gothenburg is the second city in Sweden, so it's a big city. And the university is a small or mid-sized university in Sweden, where we offer education both on bachelor, master's, and PhD level. But today we're going to talk mainly about the master programs and a little bit about our bachelor opportunities for international students.
And like as you said, for bachelor and masters, what bachelor programs university is offering in English?
In English, we offer a lot of bachelor programs in Swedish, of course, but in English we offer one program. The name is International Program for Politics and Economics, and it's a 3-year bachelor, and you get a degree in politics, international politics, and with a major in international politics and a minor in economics.
Mm-hmm. So the general question, I have, like most of the students already know that there are two different criteria. One is for English requirement and one is for specifically study requirements. We do know that the English requirement is at 6.5 and no band lower than 5.5. But what are the academic requirements? How much mathematics they have studied, and is mathematics only is enough, or they must have to study something else along with this?
This is in Sweden we call it. There are two types of general of eligibility criteria. One is the general eligibilities. Those are that you have a degree from the previous studies. So if you start a bachelor, you need a high school degree of some kind. And the specific requirements are those that are specific for the program you're applying to. So if you're applying to a program where you study economics, you can rely on that you need some kind of mathematics to be able to study on bachelor level in this program. So you have to check in each program you're interested in. You have to check what are the specific criteria for this program.
This program.
Yeah, and for the international program in politics and economics, yes, there are going to be some specific criteria in mathematics.
Mm-hmm. Mathematics and economics, or only mathematics?
Only mathematics. English, of course, mathematics and social science. I think is those three areas you need
to have some specific studies before.
Yeah.
And what master programs University of West is offering?
Yeah, University West is offering 8 master programs given in English for international students, or I should say 8 regular ones. We also have 3 that are distance education, that you don't have to travel here to study. You can stay at home and study those programs. But the normal ones, there are 4 in the field of engineering. They are all in mechanical engineering. 2 are in robotics. One is called Robotics and Automation. That's a 2-year master program. The other one is called Robotics. And then you have 2 programs in manufacturing engineering. One is called Advanced Manufacturing Engineering. That is also a 2-year master program. And then a 1-year master also in manufacturing. So those are the 4 programs in engineering. And then we have 4 programs that are on the other side, business and IT. There is a program called International Business. It's a 1-year master. We have a lot of Pakistani students on that program. Then there's a program called Master in Finance. So that's another area. Then you have one program called IT and Management, also 1 year master in IT and Management. And the fourth one is in Political Science. So those are at the Department or School of Business and IT.
And only one program of business is for 1 year. All of others are of 2 years master program.
No. In the School of Business, Economics and IT, they are only 1 year. One year master. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And is there any scholarship available for undergraduate or graduate programs?
Yes. Well, not for undergraduate. We're not allowed to give scholarships on undergraduate level. But for the master programs, we are offering, for all programs, we are offering two 50% scholarships covering half the tuition fee. So we're admitting between 10 and 20 students on each program, and 2 of them will be offered a 50% reduced tuition fee scholarship. But we are doing a special, in addition to that, we're also doing a special thing with the Master in Finance. So there, on the Master of Finance, it's going to be 4 scholarships covering half the tuition fee.
So it's a straight half tuition fee off. It's not a range like 25 to 50%.
No.
It's a 50% only of tuition fee, not other expenses.
No. The University West only has for reducing the tuition fee. There are other options, scholarships options. Swedish Institute, which is another government body in Sweden, they offer scholarships that are covering both the tuition fee but also living expenses. So you should definitely check out their options as well.
So will you like to give some tips how, if any of the student is interested to apply for a scholarship, like should university be at the first priority, or what have the more weightage? Is it CGP, motivational letter, or?
No, we have posted our criteria on our website, but it's definitely important that you choose us for second or first or second priority. We have changed the process this year. Earlier, the student that got admitted in mid-April had the opportunity to apply for a scholarship. Now we're only allowing students that apply on time to apply for the scholarship. So we have switched the process a little bit. If you apply on time, which is January 15, and then you have also after that you have 2 weeks to complete your application with all the necessary documents. But as long as you've done that and you are eligible for the program, you're going to get a link to the all those students are going to get a link to the scholarship application form. This allows us to process their application for scholarships much earlier in the process, and when you get your admission letter in mid-April, you also get your offer of scholarship at the same time. You don't have to wait another month or a month and a half to get the scholarship notification.
Like most of the students in our home country, they are not used to see email very often. So what is the time when they will get the email about the scholarship? Which dates are most likely?
Yeah, we need to process the applications from February 1st. We need about 2 weeks to process the applications. So I would say mid-March, we are sending out an email to all students that are eligible. They get a link, and then they have 1 week to make their application for scholarship. Most of it's not a complicated application for the scholarship. Most of the documents we already have in the application system when you applied for your studies. We may ask for you to complete with a motivation letter, a short motivation letter, and things like that. But you have 1 week to make this application, and then the program managers, those who are experts, they will assess all those applications, and we'll try to have it done by mid-April, so we can inform the students at the same time they get there.
Okay, so if I understood right, is that the student must have to apply in time and then follow the instruction which is sent by the email. And there also will be some dates which they have to follow, or they have some margin that you have to apply in this area of time.
No, they're going to get, once they get the email with a link to the application for scholarship, they have 1 week to fill that scholarship application. And it's a simple application. It's just name, personal information, and we ask you to complete it with a motivation letter, not more than 1 page long. The rest of the information we already have in your study application in the university admission system. So we're keeping it very simple and a very slim process, so we can inform the student much earlier this year.
And if you get late to reply after 1 week, you will not be entertained.
No,
right?
no.
So you have to be stick with the dates.
Yeah.
And is there any scholarship available for the second semester or second year of the student?
Not decided this year. We look at this. There's a scholarship committee at the university, and we look at this issue every year. Unfortunately, we have not been given so much funding from the government for scholarships up until now. So we've been focusing on allowing new students scholarship opportunities.
And if once they get scholarship, it is for the whole program.
Yeah.
Either it's a 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah.
And normally in Sweden, students are facing problem about accommodation. So is it also a problem in University of West?
No. It's in Sweden we don't have campus accommodation. Some exceptions are. There are some exceptions in Swedish universities, but normally the students live outside the campus. So we have accommodation for international students about 10-15 minutes walk from the campus. We have beds, actually the city of Trollhättan is providing us with accommodation for all students, and they, not the university, the city guarantees all students accommodation. So as long as you follow the procedure, you apply for accommodation on time, this will come after you're admitted. You will get the link to accommodation application forms and things like that. And as long as you do it on time, you're guaranteed some sort of accommodation.
Oh, it is. It's a big advantage that if you are, what I understood is that student must have to be in touch with the university after they get admitted or after the application, as the scholarship dates are sent by the email, accommodation is gonna send by the email. Student have to be more active with their email, which is unfortunately not a custom in our in our back home towns. We very rarely check the emails. And if they are coming with a family, is the accommodation is for only individuals or?
Yes, the accommodation that is channeled through the university, it has to be only for individuals, because there are some options where students share one apartment. They have their own room, but they share a kitchen and 2 bathrooms with 1 or 2 other students. And it's not a good environment for kids. So what we do is that the students who come with family, we tell to the city of Trollhättan, okay, this is a student coming with family, you have to arrange accommodation for this student. And the city tries to help as well. It's a little bit more complicated, and you may not live where the other student live. You may get an apartment somewhere else, but usually we fix that as well.
And mostly people have some connections in big cities because there is a big population. And as you said, Gothenburg is quite near. Is it possible that if a student get accommodation in Gothenburg and he can study here?
Yes.
Is there any connectivity among cities?
Yes, the Gothenburg is, as I said, about 75 kilometers from here. There's a double train track, so the train goes every half hour, 2 trains within the hour. And it's actually very common that our students live in Gothenburg and commute to the university. Also, the train goes very early and also very late, so there's no problem when it comes to commuting. And as you said, Gothenburg is a major city. The accommodation available there is, I don't know about the situation, but if you have a contact there, it could be easier to actually live in Gothenburg and commute into Trondheim.
Roughly how long it will take to cover this 75?
The train takes about 35 minutes.
It's a fast train.
Yeah. So some takes 38 minutes, others stop at every stop, and then it takes 42 minutes, but generally 35.
And how far station is from here? The train station?
Yeah, the train station, the campus of the University West campus is situated just out in the outside of the city center of Trondheim. So the train station is about 6 or 7 minutes walk from the university campus. So when the clock hits 1:45, you see all the students, they get up and leave because they need to catch the train 10 minutes later. Yeah.
Okay, so it is a common thing. And will you tell us a little bit about the city, if like the people, if they want to have a grocery here and trains, connectivity, and the buses? So,
well, it's a small city. It's about 60,000 people living here. It's in the southwest region of Sweden. So there are 3 cities about the same size. It's a tri-city area. Trollhättan, Uddevalla, and Baneshwor are the names. We're, as I said, about 75 kilometers from Gothenburg. From our train station, the train station in Trollhättan, you can easily access both the capital of Sweden, which is Stockholm, the capital of Denmark, which is Copenhagen, and the capital of Norway, which is Oslo. And actually Oslo is the closest one. The trains between Gothenburg and Oslo goes through Trollhättan, so it's very easy access to go to Oslo from here. But also Stockholm. It's quite nice.
Yeah, in that way, it's a geographically very ideal situation that you can choose any of these international airports.
Yes, exactly. Gothenburg has an airport, and there are some low-fare flights going there. Ryanair lands at this airport, but also other ones. But if you want options, you can look at Stockholm, you can look at Oslo, or you could look at Copenhagen. Copenhagen is a major hub when it comes to flights in Scandinavia. And if you land there, you have about 3.5 hour train ride to go to Trollhättan
from Copenhagen.
From Copenhagen. Yeah.
Okay. So whatever the airport you choose, you can get some connection to this small town, but very important geographically.
Yeah.
And how far it is from Stockholm?
It's about 4 hours by train. Stockholm is on the other side of Sweden. We're on the west coast, and Stockholm is on the east coast. So you go just across the country to go to Stockholm. That's a trip we do very often because most of our government body is situated in Stockholm, and I have to go there for meetings.
As it's a capital, and capital always have a vital role in the whole city, the whole country.
Yeah, exactly.
And can students get here for all the grocery stores close to the university, or they have to go to by bus somewhere?
No, there are where the accommodation is. It's grocery stores that are well, both international, like Lidl, which is a German brand, but also other grocery stores where you can buy your food compared to other stores very cheap. But then you have those major supermarkets. It's about 10 minutes by bus outside the city center. If you're a student here, it's very normal that you bring your lunch and you're eating your lunch here on campus. But as we are situated very close to the city center, you can also go for lunch or downtown if you like. I like to go to the main square and get the falafel from the falafel stand. That's the cheapest lunch you can get.
Yeah, and falafel is tasty too. I like that too.
Yeah.
Does the campus have any cafeteria if someone wants to eat here?
Yeah. There's a main canteen where you have they serve lunch, and it's also a cafeteria. They serve, I think, 3 or 4 options every day. 1 meat option, 1 fish option, 1 vegetarian, and 1 soup. It's cheaper for students, but living expenses in Sweden are high, so it's still a lot of money if you want to eat a meal at the restaurant every day. I think you should at least consider bringing your own food some days.
Yeah, so it means the option is there if some people are like lazy, like me, they don't want to cook food someday, or have an early class in the morning, you don't have time, so they have option, they can choose.
Yes, definitely.
One of the meal.
Yeah, so there's a main cantina, and there's also another one. They also serve lunch. It's the smaller cafe, student cafe, but they also serve lunch. They have salads and 1 or 2 hot meats, but also salads and things like that. So yeah, there are a few options.
And does this University of West have only 1 campus, or they have more than 1 campus, or more than 1 buildings in the city?
We have more than 1 building in the city. This the main campus is where all the major programs are studying. There are about 5,500 students here, and they study mostly on Bachelor, but also some master programs they study here. But with one exception, for the engineering master students in engineering, they do most of their studying at our research facility, which is about 10-15 minutes walk south from here. We have a big research facility, and it's actually in close connection with the companies, the major companies in the city. So in some cases, we share the equipment with major companies in the city. For example, there's a big company, a British company called JKM. They make parts to jet engines. So together with them, we do a lot of research on metal coating, metal surfacing, but also robotics and things like that.
So is it possible for students to do their research project thesis with some real company in real environment?
They do that. Every student do that. It's part of our philosophy that our education should be in close connection with the working life. So we call it work integrated learning, and especially for engineering, they do their final thesis at or together with the company.
Students have this option, and like if they go to the real, it's a good option that what they study they actually implement and see how it comes. And we are sitting right now in a campus where we have undergraduate and one of the masters.
Yeah.
And this is the main campus.
This is the main campus. Yeah. We have a lot of masters, but they're mostly taught in Swedish. But all the School of Business and IT, they all study at the main campus.
In this campus we are right now we are sitting in. Yeah, and I've seen it's a very beautiful campus, and especially the main hall. It's very beautiful. You can see like up to the 3rd, 4th floor at the same entrance.
Yeah, it's I think we moved here in 2008. So it's a pretty new campus. It's only 10 years we've been here. Before that, we were in, as I said, we were in a 3-city area. So we had campuses in every city. But in 2008, we moved everything here from that. So it's a new campus.
I am not fully agree with you that it's a small town, because it took like 20 minutes we together to find out a parking.
Yeah.
So in normally small towns we find parking everywhere.
Yeah.
So don't think it's a small town. It's my first experience to be here, but it's a big town, and we have everything here. We have grocery stores, we have hospitals. I think we have hospitals here as well.
Yeah, sure.
So all the things.
Actually, we also have a small airport, a local airport, but you can't. There's no international flights coming into this airport. Then you have to land in Stockholm or Gothenburg, and then you can fly here. It's not cheap to fly here, so I would suggest you land in one of the major capitals or in Gothenburg, and then go by train, because it's cheaper than flying directly to.
Yeah, in Gothenburg, I have seen a lot of international flights are coming. Like Turkish came there, Qatar came there, and they have very good connectivity with Nepal. The Turkish and Qatar, they came from Kathmandu to Istanbul and then to Gothenburg.
Yeah, and one more thing about the city, it's this area where we're situated is very much the hub of the Swedish automotive industry. So there are a lot where they produce Volvo cars, which is a Swedish brand, and we also used to have Saab cars, which is another Swedish brand made here, actually here in Trollhättan. So right now the Saab brand is no more, but there's a company in that facility which makes electrical cars. It's a Chinese company called NEVS. They make electrical cars. So it's very much close to automotive industry and engineering in this city. A lot of people work in those areas.
And I think this Volvo has the world's safest car as well.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of artificial intelligence involved in that manufacturing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it is somehow, if you are more interested in robotics or automation of the vehicles, so that might be a good opportunity for those students who have main interest in this field.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay. I think we have.
I just showed him something new now. Welcome, Sandeep.
Yeah, I just connected. Now we have already discussed almost everything about the city and the program and the courses. Is there any, I forgot to ask about the courses, if you are offering any courses, individual courses for international students?
Yes, some. There's an evening class in Swedish language, culture and communication, which could be good for you to participate in if you're thinking of staying in Sweden and getting a job. Language is a very tricky thing here. Everybody speaks English, like me, but if you're applying for a job, they might ask you for Swedish, that you know Swedish. And you need to be here for more than 1 year if you want to study Swedish outside the university system. Unfortunately, not yet we can offer Swedish on basic level here at the university. We're a government-funded university, and we're not allowed to give courses on such a basic level. So it's only when you already studied on a basic level you can start studying Swedish here at the university. But we try to help our students getting connected with the municipality, with the city of Trollhättan, because they can offer studies in Swedish on basic level. But as I said, they have this rule, you have to be here for at least a year or more.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that evening course? Is it a full semester course or is it a freestanding course?
It's a freestanding course. It's how to explain this?
Is it a credit course or non-credit course?
No, it's a credit course.
And how much it cost?
If you're a fee-paying student at the master program, then you pay a reduced fee if you want to participate in this one. But normal cost, it's about 15,000 Swedish crowns. But we're keeping the cost low
for the ongoing students who is already studying some other program. And how long it is for? How many months?
It goes on for the full semester, but it's only one session a week. So you go for Wednesday evenings and you study this. It's here at the university, and you study that. It doesn't collide with any other studies you have in the program.
Mm-hmm. So I think it could be a very good combination that in the daytime you have your regular studies, and once in a week you go and learn about the language. And language always comes with a lot of things, with the culture and norms and values. So you understand all the things along with the language.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot apply for it in the university admission system, because it's just when you're here you're going to be offered to participate. Once you're here, once you're admitted, then you can join this course.
And any course for international students else than the programs we have already discussed, in which students can apply from outside Sweden?
Yeah, we have some, we call them course packages. We try to, because one course is normally 5 weeks here in Sweden. We have a system where you study 2 semesters. Each semester is 20 weeks. So each semester you study 4 courses to get full-time studies. Sometimes they are stretched over the whole semester. Sometimes they only for 5 weeks, and then you have examinations, and then you start the next course. This could vary, and it could vary depending on if you're in engineering or if you're in school of business. But sorry, what was the question?
That what are the international students? What courses are available?
Yeah, exactly. Then we have some. We put together some freestanding course packages, which is normally 1 semester of full-time studies. It could be in economics, it could be in business, it could be in IT. But if you don't want to go for a full program, you can come and study for 1 semester a course package like that.
And Sandeep asked a question that he has completed his 3-year bachelor degree. And he didn't mention that in which area he has done his bachelor's degree.
Because or marketing.
First thing, if you have a 3 years graduation, I don't think it is equivalent to the graduation in Sweden.
No.
You have to have 4 years graduation, I think.
It says consideration will also be given to applicants who have attained a 3-year bachelor's degree with honors in humanities or social science subjects. So if you have that, then you're eligible, generally eligible for master's studies. If you're holding a 3-year bachelor's without honors, you do not hold, you do not meet the entry requirements for master programs in Sweden.
And University of West don't have any undergraduate for marketing or customer care?
No, just the international politics, which we covered earlier. International program for politics and economics.
So Sandeep, it is, if any of you are asking questions, so it is better to mention your educational background as well. So we should exactly know what you have already studied, and then I can suggest you something what you can study or where you are eligible. Welcome, Saroj. Saroj is the guy who is heading there in Nepal.
Okay.
And there is one English course also available for academic purposes, or some English course for international students.
Yes, we have one course package which is called Preparatory English for International Students. It's basically high school level English for students who don't meet the requirements in English when it comes to master studies in Sweden. So you can take this 30 credits course one semester course in preparatory English. And once you've done that, you're eligible for all, when it comes to English, you're eligible for all master studies in Sweden. All universities except the University West preparatory English course package.
Masters and undergraduate.
Yes.
Everywhere when there is a requirement of English,
Yeah.
if you pass that course, you fulfill like English 6,
Yeah.
which is in
Same as
IELTS,
IELTS.
IELTS 6.5.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's a good thing, because before this I have a wrong perception that if you pass this course, you are eligible for masters in University of West.
No, it's national. It's accredited nationally, so all universities. Okay.
Sandeep, then it is better if you have some detailed question, you can visit our office in Nepal. So he can guide you in detail, because if you can't hear us well, or you can't see the live video, it might be a technology problem somewhere. So you can please visit our office, and then Saroj or any of our colleagues will help you there with all your documents. And if we need some more assessment or some suggestion, then we can ask Freddie to help us in this. So, and thank you very much for your all the time and all the detailed information which you have sent, and we hope we have given all the journal and brief information which is maximum possible in this small time of span. So thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dreaming about Europe, yet confused where and how? Trust Education Foundation offers you with the best study destinations in Europe. Trust Education Foundation. Dream Europe, trust us.